Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about Air Force dorm life, what it's like to live in the dorms during tech school, what it's like to live in the dorms operationally, and this is just coming from my experience. Of course, everyone's experience is going to be different at every base. The dorms are going to be different at every base, so I'm only speaking from what I've personally been through. So a lot of people are worried about the dorm life or really just curious because you're a lot older than the people you might be living with, or you're worried about not having enough free time or independence or alone time. So yes, you are more than likely going to have at least one roommate. You could have two roommates. In my case, where I went to tech school, there were 3 beds in the room, so there was a set of bunk beds and then there was a single bed on the other side of the room. You are allowed to move the furniture around however you want. Overall, the longer you're in the room, the more space I guess you'll have. So for me, when I moved into my first room at tech school, there was only one other girl currently living in that room, and she obviously had the single bed, but she had just claimed it because her other roommate had just left. So that's kind of the process and how it worked. So I moved in and I took the bottom bunk, and we did not have a third roommate luckily at that time, so nobody was on the top bunk. Where I went to tech school, there were also 2 desks in the room. So when there's 2 roommates, obviously you each get a desk. And if you're a third roommate, then hopefully someone is nice enough to share their desk with you, but there's only 2 desks. So there are also 2 wall lockers that are pretty decent size. They're kind of like smaller walk-in closets, and they have an extra dresser inside of them. So that was really nice to have a wall locker. And unfortunately, if you move into a room where there's already 2 people in there, those 2 wall lockers are definitely going to be claimed, and you're going to be stuck with 2 smaller dressers. One does have a bar where you can hang up all your uniforms and other clothes, and then the other dresser just has regular drawers in it for your other things. So obviously you all 3 share the bathroom, and there are 2 sinks. So again, someone has to be nice enough to step up and say to that third roommate, hey, you can share the sink with me. So it's hard when there are 3 people in a room that was technically designed for 2 people. So that's kind of like the physical layout of the room and things like that. But the upside to having roommates in tech school is you get to meet friends quickly, you get to meet new people quickly, and you don't feel so alone at a brand new place, and you're not really sure where everything is yet or what's going on or what you're going to be doing. So for me, it was nice to make new friends right away and not feel alone or be alone so much. So when I went operational, I was very grateful to get my own room, but I also did not know a single person at this base, and it was harder to make friends and meet people. So doing laundry in the dorms, it's pretty standard. There are laundry rooms usually on each floor. In tech school, there were plenty of washers and dryers, and if people left their clothes in there too long, then CQ would make the announcement like, hey, get your clothes out. When I went operational, there were probably like 2 or 3 washing machines on each floor, and that is not enough. Like, they were always taken. Obviously, someone was always using them. So in tech school, laundry was not that much of a problem to do. I could do it pretty much anytime I needed to. I could just go to a different floor if the ones on my floor were full. But operational, it was like I had to pick crazy random hours to do my laundry, or I was never going to be able to do it. But again, these are things that are going to be different base to base, so I'm just speaking from my experience. So in the dorms, both tech school and operational for me, there were day rooms where you could hang out. There were TVs, DVD players, nice chairs and couches. You could bring your own movies. You could bring your game system, hook anything up that you want to play or watch, and you could bring your laptop, watch Netflix on the TVs. There's not a lot of these day rooms. There's usually 1 on each floor. So obviously if someone's already claimed it and they're watching something or doing something, then you'll have to come back later or try to find another one on a different floor. But so in my tech school, there was no like community kitchen that everybody could cook in. There's no type of kitchen in your room, but there was a fridge, a freezer, and a microwave. And for me, that went for tech school and operational. Operational, I also had a sink in my room as well with running water. That was the only difference between the kitchen from tech school and operational. Obviously, when you live in the dorms for tech school, there are going to be curfews, there's going to be rules, things like that. So there's going to be accountability. So when you leave, you sign out with your CAC at CQ. When you come back in, you sign in with your CAC for CQ. They need to know when you're there and when you're not, but that's just in tech school. So in operational, for my base at least, when I was living in the dorms being operational, there was no CQ 24/7. So they were only there certain hours a day, and you don't have to sign in and out. So curfews in tech school, yes, I had them. Curfews being operational living in the dorms, I did not have them. Curfews for me changed in tech school based on what phase I was in, what day of the week it was. Obviously, we had a later curfew on weekends. Also, our curfew changed based on what shift we were on, if it was A shift or B shift. So all of those things go into account too. And then the question I've been getting a lot lately is, how do you move out of the dorms? A lot of you guys want to get out of the dorms. I don't blame you at all. It's nice in the beginning, it's nice for a short time, it's tolerable. Some dorms are even really nice, some really are not nice. So I understand why you guys want to get out of the dorms. I did too. The number one reason I wanted to get out of the dorms was because I just want my cat back. I have not seen my cat in 10 months and I don't even talk about it because I miss her to death, and you guys probably didn't even know that I still don't have her back and I'm still working on it. That was the number one reason I wanted my own place, was because I want my cat here with me. But anyways, how you move out of the dorms. So there are a few different reasons or ways to do this. If the dorms at your operational base are full and there's not enough space, they might start basically kicking people out and giving them housing allowance based on how full they are. So when they're at a certain percentage of capacity, they might start moving people out based on date of rank. For example, at my base, you have to live in the dorms at least 30 days before you can get put on the waiting list to move out. So as I said, it goes by date of rank. So my date of rank for an A1C or an E3 is December 11th, 2018. So when people have an earlier date of rank than me, like meaning they've been that rank longer, then they're going to go ahead of me on the wait list and I will go lower on the wait list. So my dorms are so full all the time and they're pretty much at capacity most of the time. So they're moving people out pretty quickly after they hit that 30-day minimum mark. So if you end up going to a base where there is plenty of space in the dorms, then you may not be able to move out until you are an E4. I'm sorry. So that's pretty much it for dorm life in the Air Force, tech school, and operational. If you guys have any questions, as always, just leave them in the comments, or you can message me on Instagram at Brittany L. Willis. I always try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.